Hi, viewers. Thank you so much for joining in. We have a guest in studio today. He will introduce himself because I don't want to do injustice to his introduction. He's a renowned young man who's been here in Australia, in Perth, for some time. And I just want to welcome you today to this channel. And if you can just introduce yourself to the viewers.
First of all, thank you. It's a pleasure having me here on your channel. Thank you. So, my name, as he said, my name is Jeffrey. I work in the healthcare industry. I am a nurse by profession, currently specializing in a few different roles. So I do a bit of medical nursing, rehabilitative nursing, oncology, and aged care. And I enjoy providing care to people in the society, and yeah, it feels good to be here.
Oh yeah, that's quite a bunch of roles that you've got there in your profession. And maybe if you just want to tell us, when did you come to Australia?
So I came to Australia in 2016. That's about 8-9 years ago. I came here as a student, did my undergraduate in nursing at Edith Cowan University, graduated just before COVID, and I've been working as a nurse since then. So around 4 or 5 years of experience now.
Oh, cool. So did you start your university schooling here, or did you go to higher education back in Kenya?
So I had started higher education back in Kenya, not as a nurse. I was pursuing my studies in public health, but I was lucky to get an opportunity to come over this end, and I had to stop along the way and came here and started my degree. And I think that was one of the best decisions I made, because I've been in contact with a few friends of mine who till date are really struggling to get jobs, and yeah, that's not my case on this end. So
speaking of comparison, how would you compare education system, especially higher education and the university in particular, with the Kenyan system?
So the main difference, from my own experience anyway, the school system here really focuses on the deliverables at work. So whatever we study at uni is directly applied to the specific workplaces that we end up in. And like in Kenya, where you just have to study everything, a good 40-50% of what you study is not something that we would practice on your work environment. The other big difference is studies here are very practical. We have most units usually have learning outcomes, and all that you're studying has a focus of what you need to achieve at the end of it. Whereas in my home country, most of the things that you study, they're just a product of a system that was created 10, 20, 30 years ago, some of which do not even have a basis of why people are studying it.
Okay, so from what you're saying, I get that studying here in Australia is more hands-on, and you get more knowledge in doing what you've learned rather than just theory work. Okay, so having said that, Jeff, what have you acquired here that maybe you could take back home if you had that opportunity?
Well, I've learned a lot during my experience as a student and now a professional in the healthcare industry. There's a lot that I can offer back home in terms of training and mentorship, and just giving people a different perspective towards care provision. But besides the professional, like the technical side of things, I've learned a lot in the lines of being a professional. I feel like most people back in my home country are, how can I call them? professional bricks, for lack of a better word. There's a lot of people that have really studied, we've got doctors and nurses and engineers, but they do not know how to package themselves as professionals. So they don't know how to express themselves, they don't know how to dress well. And I feel like that is also something I can also, train, mentor people to become, to package themselves in a better way, especially now that we're living in an era where there's technology and the world is universal. We live in a small village, as they say.
Yeah, funny you mentioned about dressing, and as my experience here in Perth, it's that you find even when someone is going for an interview, it's like a casual country, It's not like it's not like an official country. So people will go to interviews even in their shorts, and no one will judge them on the dressing. So yeah, it's a bit of a very delicate line to say that you teach them how to dress, but here they are a bit casual.
Well, just to comment on that, I think context allows it. I'll give you a short story. When I came here back when I was a student, we were looking for these casual jobs. I've had a few friends of mine that decided to dress up in black and white. In my opinion, that's like, you're dressing like a waiter or a waitress and you're looking for a professional job. Well, it's not a bad thing, but I feel like the system here allows you to be open. You dress according to your need. If you're an engineer working on the field, you don't need to show up in suits. You need to wear your boots, you need to wear your high-vis shirt. If you're a doctor, you don't have to wear a white coat. Like you can wear comfortable scrubs and wear a stethoscope, have a watch, something that would allow you to provide care safely. Whereas in Kenya, someone is a watchman and they have a suit on the whole day. I don't know how to explain that, but I mean, there's the casualness of the dressing.
Yeah, it's knowing how to dress for what occasion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's understandable. Maybe as we wind up, if you can just touch on job market and how you navigated that area. How would you say the job market is in Australia?
Well, compared to my home country, which is a third world country, definitely Australia is a much better place to be employed. So if your goal is to work under a company, Australia offers the best opportunity to be employed. However, I can say it's not an easy journey. So it's not a silver plate. You have to work for whatever role you need to get. You need to have the necessary qualifications. There's no silver platter. You have to work for your job. You have to qualify. If they want you to have a degree, you have to have the degree. If they want you to have experience, you have to match the criteria, I would say, the least. But obviously in my home country, you might have all the qualifications, but it's very competitive. Another issue is the wages. I think the wages are really good here. So yeah, just to mention a few.
Okay, so thank you so much. And maybe just for the sake of someone watching, are you single or are you taken?
But that's a very good question. On behalf of your viewers, I'll tell them to subscribe. Maybe I'll come on the next episode and I'll share more on that topic.
Thank you so much. That was Jeffrey.